Micah Frankel for CageMinds.com, here with Norma Rueda Center, getting ready for Invicta FC 6, taking the fight on short notice, but then again, you're used to that. So 2 weeks to prepare, how are you feeling?
I feel great. 2 weeks is better than 2 days, and you know, I feel like she's also taking this fight on short notice, so and she's a very disciplined fighter, and I couldn't say no to this fight. It's just, it's going to be a great fight. Don't miss it.
You're coming off a submission win in Mexico, so you fought end of May, got to take June off, getting back in action in July. How's the body feeling?
Well, I didn't really take a month off. I did go to Mexico, and we tried to work on our business, but I was training in Thai Champ in Mexico. I even did a little seminar, jiu-jitsu seminar, so that was a lot of fun because I try to, you know, work with the gi, and the gi is not one of my favorite things, but you know, I wasn't really taking a time off. I was actually trying to work at my, you know, ground game and my stand-up game in Mexico, and then they called me up, and I was like, sure, I'll take it.
Well, you dropped something in there at the beginning. You said working on your business. What else are you into besides fighting?
Well, me and my husband and my father-in-law, well, it's just like a family business. We started a wrestling company. It's called 4-Time All-American, where we sell wrestling gear, and it starts from youth to high school kids, and I love doing it. It's our job. So we're going shoes, singlets, headgear? Oh yeah, that's what we were doing in Mexico. We're trying to get the shoes out and hopefully the headgear to bring it. We have the singlets already, but we want to make a package for the parents. I'm not a mom, but obviously parents are always running around, and we want to, you know, bring it all into one so they won't have to be running around. We'll have it for them. Talking about the wrestling, it's the you know, basis, what most people say, the basis to start building that pyramid for mixed martial arts. Was wrestling the first sport you got into? It wasn't the first, but it was definitely, it was the most influential in my life, and it helped me, it gave me a lot of discipline in and outside the mat. I mean, it helped me get good grades in high school, and so I could wrestle at the tournament, and I also had to watch what I ate, and after I graduated, I went off and I wrestled in college as well, so it's a lot of discipline in wrestling, and it's helped me. If you ask any wrestler, it's helped them in and outside the mat, no doubt. It's a lot of fun. How did you find your way to the mat? How did I find my way to the mat? I would go watch my sister wrestle sometimes, and I just wanted to go in there and punch the other girl. But I learned that you can't punch the other person in wrestling. But it was a lot of fun to go see my sister, and then I was like, I'm gonna do this too. You know, I guess by watching people, I just wanted to do it. Just like when I saw my husband fight for the first time. Not my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, but you know, when I saw him fight, I want to get in there too. I want to jump in there and I want to beat this guy up for him. But we don't beat up the guys. That's not how it goes. So that was it. You saw him fight, and then you were like, so when are you going back to the gym? I want to join you, or exactly. How'd that go? Yeah. Well, they were passing like flyers, you know, of the next fight event, and I just said, you know, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight in this card. I'm gonna be in it. And I think I don't know what I was saying. Maybe it was more than a couple of beers that I had, you know. But I was like, I'm gonna do this, and so. I guess when the next week, they're like, all right, so you're taking this fight, right? And I was like, yeah, I am. I am gonna be in this fight card. So I was training the following week, and the best part is that my boyfriend couldn't tell me no, because he's a fighter too, and if he could do it, then I can do it too. So outside of the wrestling, how much striking training did you have walking into that first fight? Oh boy. I just wanted to take that person down. I was thinking I am gonna get punched, and this girl's really good, but I didn't really care. I think when I'm getting ready for a fight, a different person comes out, and I like that person. You know, my dark passenger. I call him my dark passenger. I just become somebody else, and I like it. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying, but my husband reminds me of what I say, and I'm just like, you know, whatever. I didn't say that. So that dark passenger, he jumps on the ride at the weigh-in, when the music hits, while you're warming up. When does that personality come out? It's that personality starts to come out when they're wrapping my hands. I don't stop. I stay very relaxed, and then finally when they start taping my hands, I feel like, oh, okay, I'm getting in the zone. This is it. And I know that the fight's gonna happen no matter what, but that's when my dark passenger comes in and steps in and says, Norma, you gotta focus. We have this goal to fulfill, so just get at it.
And then you're from El Paso.
Yes.
Met your husband in Ohio.
That's right.
And now you guys are living and training here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, it's a small world.
So you're not too far away from home now, but how were you able to drag your husband from Ohio out here?
Well, it wasn't easy. I'm gonna tell you that. He loves Ohio. He's an Ohio boy, and you know, he wants to make me happy. So this was a compromise. We said if we're not in El Paso but in Albuquerque and also training and trying to make something out of our MMA career, then we'll move here. And you know what? We just packed up our things and we left Ohio.
And then how long have you guys been out here for now?
We have been here for more than a year. Maybe a year and 3 months.
And how would you guys say the compromise moving out here, how's that worked out?
It has worked out great because, I mean, I could go see my family and or go to Mexico, have a few cheap beers. It's awesome. I love it.
And then right now, you're coming into a fight, like you said, you both are new opponents on short notice. It's not like you've quit training, but was there any difference, you know, from when you're trying to train to improve as when you're training for a specific opponent? How that went?
Yeah, there is a big difference, and I feel like I haven't gotten that chance yet, but it's okay. I mean, this is why I took this fight, so I could get that chance. And I've always fought like short minute fights, and I've always been on a roller coaster, and I've been treated really well, and I don't mind being in that roller coaster. It's part of life. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. I may get a flat tire on the way home. Somebody knock on wood for me, but I hope I don't. You know, we never know what's going to happen, and we don't know what's going to happen in this fight.
On that, we don't know what's going to happen. We know that Joanne comes out. She's known as a striker with her Muay Thai. How much aware of you are of that, and what are your thoughts on her as an opponent?
I've watched a couple of her fights, and I think I have more video on her than she has on me, really. I think she's a spectacular fighter, a great striker. She's an excellent fighter. I just think, you know, this is why I chose to take this fight, because she is a great fighter, and I feel like I can give her a good fight and come up with a win.
I heard another comment from you in a recent interview saying that you felt that Joanne's opponents made her look too good or respected her too much. Could you elaborate a little more on that?
Well, I think it's like I'm gonna compare her. You know, she's a great fighter, so then, you know, you see her record and everybody's, you know, they get a little, oh, she's 9-0. It doesn't matter. Everybody's invincible. Look at Silva. He got knocked out.
Great mindset there. Never know what can happen inside the cage. What do you take from people looking at you? Got your wins by decision and then your stoppages, even one TKO, well, submission due to strike, so they've all been by submissions. So how much do you want to go out there and improve the striking game, along with, we've talked about your wrestling background and the stoppages are by submissions. How much do you want to show everybody that well-roundedness to your game?
Well, it's a little bit of a short notice, but I do want to improve on my striking game, and I love stand-up. It's awesome. I love wrestling, but I love the idea of just, you know, doing stand-up, and I hope that I can, you know, throw some punches, get some good punches out there.
Taking the fight on 2 weeks, and then for you in the preparation, how much time was there for preparation, and how much was it having to get on weight? How much were you able to, you know, divide up your time?
No, it was crazy. We were actually in our honeymoon. I mean, not our honeymoon, but our anniversary, when Ricky called me up and said, "Do you want this fight?" And I said, "Yes, yes I do." So right away we got back here. We took a few buses, and the buses are not fun. But we got here just in time for 2 weeks. You know, good training, and I always feel confident training with these girls. I have a couple of girls that, you know, they know I took this fight in the last minute, and they're willing to help me out in anything I need. You know, I had all the girls really step up and say, "Norma, get off your butt."
We know the team out here. You got Julie, you got Emily, Jody, Michelle, the champ in Invicta. So all them being involved or in action with the company, how much was Invicta already on your radar, already a goal for you that this is where I want to get to?
Well, anything on my radar is just having a fight. but Invicta is such a huge promotion that I was so excited, and it was my ticket to get into Invicta. You know, this is where everybody's at. You know, and I felt like this is the best move that I could do right now. You know, take this fight and get more fights along the way, especially with Invicta.
Right, and then from watching the other events, what have you thought about Invicta for what they've been doing as a promotion and getting the women out there? What have you thought about what they've been doing as an onlooker?
They have done a fantastic job. The women's MMA has grown so much because of their advertising. They have been doing it on Twitter, you see it on Facebook, everything. They update us on everything, and I think they've done a fantastic job on letting us know who around the world, who is competing. And this is what they do, women's MMA.
You talked about this fight's on 2 weeks, better than 2 days. So let's hear about that story. What fight did you take on 2 days' notice?
I took a fight on 2 days' notice versus Rachel Cummings, and I had been also, you know, I was in here, so I was kind of slowing down whenever they asked me to take this fight. So, you know, I came back and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take this fight. Let's do this. I was ready to go pro, and I had been asking for a fight. So if I said no to the fight, it was gonna be like, come on, Norma, you're crying for a fight. So then now you don't want it. So you gotta toughen up. And so I did. I put my cowgirl boots and I said, yeah, I want to take this fight.
So your pro debut on 2 days' notice. You're undefeated right now, so we know you came out with the victory. What did that experience teach you about yourself that you're going to carry with you now through this career?
Well, I think going pro, you know, it is a little bit more difficult because I think there's a lot of girls now, and you know, especially, you know, with all the, you know, all you have to do besides just, you know, coming in here to train in the mat. It was just the right thing for me. I wanted to go pro, and I know that I wanted to be in there with these girls that are right now in Invicta. They are really just, they're all hungry, and so am I, and I feel like I belong in there with them. See? Survival of the fittest.
Awesome. Got the fight coming up this weekend. Do you want to throw out a little prediction?
I'm sorry?
Want to throw out a prediction with your fight coming up?
Oh, of course. We're going to go all 3 rounds because she likes to go 3 rounds. I like to go 3 rounds too. I like to grind. So we're probably going to go all 3 rounds, and I'm going to come out with a win. I'm not going to leave it to the judges. That's for sure.
All right. Anything else, message to send out to the fans?
Well, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for being here and giving me this interview. I'm just very happy to be going out there and fighting for everybody. I'm going to be representing, you know, all women's MMA, and I'm just very appreciative of Invicta, Shannon Knapp, and my managers, my teammates. I'm going to go out there and give it what I got.
Thank you, Norma Rueda Center. Everyone, it's this Saturday, it's the 13th, it's the first time on cable, Dish Network, pay-per-view you can order it, or still on Ustream. Check it out, a huge 13-fight card, Invicta FC 6.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Thank you for the time.